The level of japa nowadays. Every waking morning, somebody must japa. What's going on? What's pursuing you people? All of una when the japa, Muna do japa. Let us know how many we are remaining. Because I'm sure as I'm talking to you people now, we no reach five when remain for Nigeria. We no reach five. If you're watching this video, let me know where you're watching from, especially if you're in Nigeria. And I would love to know where you're watching from so that I will know how many of us remain for the country. This morning, somebody that I used to know, one young boy that I used to know, sent me a message this morning, say, "Good morning, ma." Because I posted a video on my WhatsApp. He said, "Good morning, ma. That he likes the shoe and that he just wanted to let me know that I'll put the chat on the screen that he has crossed the Atlantic. Hey, whoa. That's not the essence of this video. But just so you people know, we know plenty when you remain for this country. And the people that are remaining in this country, when we know reach five. See, if you try us, you do anyhow, you see anyhow. No leave, no transfer. When our eye have seen Shege Banza, what can we not endure? So if you come for me, we come for you. People when you still in Nigeria, hail una because you need muscle, energy. Hi guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to this wonderful channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. And if you're coming across this pretty face for the very first time, my name is Hannah and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based here in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Yes, I've not job, but I'm still around. And yeah, please before you leave, please do consider clicking on the subscribe icon. And when you do so, don't forget to turn on post notification bell so that whenever I put up a new banger, you will be the first to know, okay? And before we dive right into the video, see, I complained to you guys the other day that Instagram is dealing with me. So after we reached 1,000 followers on Instagram, we reached 1,008 as of today. When I check my Instagram, then they show me 1,000. See, people are just making me angry. When I release my venom on all of you, Mark Zuckerberg, I be waiting. Muna tell him if you know him, warn him, Mark Zuckerberg. How will I reach 1,000 something? Now I don't come back to 1,000. Wait, I mean, people don't follow me. What is even going on? If I mistakenly come out for 1,000, I will delete, I will deactivate my Instagram. What is it? Now when I even they chop my data pass. Rubbish. Yes, I'm not even supposed to be smiling because I'm not in a good mood. As I told you all, I think I once mentioned on this street what happened with me and my former staff, cause how I don't even know what English to describe that behavior. She left my shop key in a place where I would have easily been robbed, but as God will have it, I wasn't. So she left. I had to employ a new person just immediately after I came back from the hospital, and this time I decided to employ a young boy. And this was the first time in the history of my running a business. It was a young sales girl that we usually employ. So I decided to employ a young sales boy this time. He's been working for me for I think 2 months now. Yes, he's been working for me he worked for me for 2 months plus. Yes, 2 months plus. So when I employed this young boy, see, this thing that I'm telling you people, the wickedness of the wicked, the wickedness of the wicked that is happening in this life. See, this epic Nigerian movie, like this typical Nigerian movies. The only problem with Nollywood is that, will I say their production is bad, but their storyline sometimes is actually what happens in real life. No jokes. Okay, like this thing I'm about to tell you, people, it be like film. Something one they watch for Nollywood back in the days. All this, this soundtrack I usually use for my videos. I'm digressing, but please forgive me. I employed this boy. The boy has been working for me for 2 months. When he started working for me, after 2 weeks, he told me that his mom wasn't feeling fine and that his mom was traveling he's from Bayelsa, he's a young boy, that his mom was traveling to Bayelsa to get treatment because her health was really not very good. I said, okay, that since your mom's health is not good, every morning when we pray in the morning in the shop, we always put your mom in prayer. Even me, in my own personal time, I always include his mom because the way he made it sound like his mom was really, really down. And it got me worried. This boy is somebody that is very, very, he's neat. Like he try. Like the boy they try. Not naturally, let me not say naturally, but most young boys are dirty. When you bring 20 boys and 20 girls, you will know that the number of girls that are clean are more than the boys. I'm not saying there are no dirty piglets girls out there. Yes, they are, but boys have the greatest majority of people that are quite untidy and unkept. So this boy usually he does things at his own. He doesn't even wait for me to tell him to do what he's supposed to do. Even the one I don't even want him to do, he will still do it. That's the extent of how nice this boy is. I wouldn't say was how nice this boy is. His name is Precious, by the way. Regardless of how perfect a human being can be, nobody comes without a flaw. Okay, he has one or two flaws, but his good outshines his bad. After his mom left to Bielsa to get treatment and all, so that was this fateful day. He told me that his mom is really not feeling fine, that her health is getting worse, that she's swelling and she's not talking again, that she's only making sounds like that she doesn't use her words anymore, that her health is really really bad. I'm like, oh, don't worry. This boy they go church, like he's devoted in service, he's devoted in God's house. I was not like, don't worry, tell your pastor because he's close to his pastor, so that he would also put you in prayer. A week before school resumption, like the September school resumption, he said that his mom was going to come back. His mom had traveled with his smaller siblings. And then because that was the day he came to the shop, I saw a small girl in the shop. I was like, who is the girl? He said it's his sister, that his sister is not feeling fine. So he had to bring his sister to stay with him. I was not like, there is nobody in the house to take care of your sister. He said no, that he's the only one taking care of them. I'm like, okay. On one fateful Saturday, no, Friday, he came up to me and told me that he wouldn't be working again. I'm like, okay, no problem. That was in the night and I was going. No matter where you're working, nobody you wouldn't work where you're working for a lifetime unless it's your own establishment. So at some point you will leave. So I'm like, okay, probably he doesn't want to work that long. I didn't even think anything. So when I left that night, my husband picked me up. I told my husband that I told my husband what he said. My husband was like, what happened? I told him I didn't ask because it was late and you were already here, that I was going to ask the next day. So the next day I asked him, what happened? Because me too, I would like to know. You just all of a sudden say you're not working again. What happened? Is the work too stressful? Did I say something to hurt you? What's going on? He now said, no, that is not that his mom said he shouldn't work again. I said, eh? Then he continued that his mom said he shouldn't work again because she wants him to hawk, like carry something on the head and hawk. I say, eh? He was not like that. The business the mom used to do, the mom used to go buy okay, like okay clothes and sell. So since these her health challenges and since she's still in recovery, she wouldn't be able to continue that line of business again. So the children, which is Precious and his cousin, a girl that is about 20, 21, um Precious and his cousin spoke with the mom, and they were like that instead of her using the money to continue in that same line of business, she should just use the money and start up a small petty trading, like where she can just sit in her place of business and sell. Precious was not like that the mom said she doesn't want, that she wants them to hawk. In my mind, I'm like, why would a mother want the child? Yes, I know people's children actually hawk to make ends meet, but your child that is working and is at least making a good salary, why would you prefer your child stop working and then go hawking? It wasn't really aligning. It wasn't really aligning. I'm like, and I say, you, what do you want? Because you're old enough. You're old enough. What do you want? He said he doesn't want to hawk, that he wants to continue working. And I said, so did you tell your mom? He said he told his mom that his mom doesn't want to hear. And I said, okay, since that was on a Saturday, since your mom is coming back tomorrow, being Sunday, talk to your mom. And I asked him, is it that you're two-sided in the shop? You're a nice person at home. You are a different breed. Maybe you're someone that is very stubborn in the house. You know, people can be like that. So he said no. And I said, okay, did you have a misunderstanding with your mom? Did you quarrel? Did you insult? Did you fight? Did something happen? He said nothing like that. I'm like, So I was not like, okay, when your mom comes back on Sunday, have a heart to heart talk with your mom. She's your mom, she will understand. On Monday, after I don't talk with him, mama finish now. On Monday, he came and told me that his mom insisted that he hawks. On that Monday night, I came back to this my house and my phone rang. I picked the call. and the person said that he's his precious father. And I said, "Oh, good evening, sir." It was not like that. He's calling to complain that he doesn't understand why Precious would close from work at 11, 10 p.m. or to 11 p.m. That the earliest that he can come back to the house is past 9. I said, from which work? It's not possible because my place we close by 7:30. So for which work is he working? That Precious said that before Precious will finish packing everything, that sometimes it will be 9 o'clock or 10. That is in the night alone that customers really come well. I say, in which shop? Abi, are there two shops? I don't understand. He now also made mention of Precious's salary, that I didn't pay him his salary. I not immediately I heard that one. I said, okay, sir, please, since your precious dad and my shop is not far from your place, can you please, if you don't mind, come to the shop tomorrow morning so that we discuss this whilst Precious is there? Because I don't want hearsay. They say them say, because my business is at stake, my name and my dignity is also at stake. Because I don't have any reason to keep somebody's child in my shop till 9. Talk more of 10, 11. Then I said, okay, yeah, that he'll be there by 11 the next morning. The next morning, I came to the shop. I didn't tell Precious. I waited till 3 o'clock. 11, I didn't see the man. 12, I didn't see. 1, I didn't see. 2, I didn't see. 3 o'clock, I called that number. He didn't pick. 3:30, I called. I think I called 4 times. Then by 5 o'clock, I called the last one and he still did not pick. That was when I called Precious. Since the man was not picking, so I needed to get it off my chest. I asked him, what time do you close? Yes, that was the first question I asked him. He said he closes. This video be like say it go long. Oh. He said he closes by 7:30. And I said, so where do you go to after you close? He says he goes home. And I said, so why would your dad call me to tell me that you close by 10, 11? The earliest sometimes is 9. So I now asked Pressure, where do you normally go to that you go home by 11? He said no, that he doesn't go home by 11, that he goes home. That sometimes if he's maybe sluggish, the latest that he can close the door of the shop is 8 o'clock. What about your salary? How come you told your dad that I've not paid you your salary? He now said, that I should don't worry, that let him call his father to come to the shop so that they will clear everything. And I said, me, I've been calling your father too, that he's not picking. So this guy suddenly just broke down in tears. And I said, okay, pause. During your interview, you told me that your father is in Bielsa. So how come your father, did he come back? And you also told me that your father and your mother are not together. He now said, no, that the person that spoke with me is his stepdad, like his stepfather. And I said, oh. I was even dumbfounded because I don't know why somebody's stepfather will call somebody's boss and start making up stories and lying, saying such things about somebody, your own child. Oh, yes, the child is not your biological child, but really, he now started crying that they don't usually treat him right at home. Things are not well. That even when he was in secondary school and he wants to pay for certain things, that if he tells his parents that they linger, like they don't really attend to his needs as often as they do their own, like his own biological children. Like he was really crying. I'm like, Ewo. After he told me that he was no longer going to work in my place, I had put up a notice looking for a new staff. And then I employed somebody else. So the next day, the night of the next day, I got another call from an unknown number. So the person said his precious father. So I was not like, oh, sir, I expected you to come to the shop yesterday. Why didn't you call? And I said, no, that he's not precious father. That he's not the one that spoke with me yesterday. That him is Precious's biological father. That the one that is in Biosa. So the biological father said I should please not allow Precious to stop working, that please I should keep Precious in my shop. If possible, if I even have a place where Precious can stay, he would even want Precious to come and live with me. I say, that he doesn't that he would prefer Precious to come and live with me, that he would want Precious to leave his mother and his stepfather's house. And I said in my mind, man, she just got real. So and I said, oh, no, 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 that we'll talk about that the next day because that day I was in the supermarket that night. And I said that the next day I was going to talk about that with him. The next day he called me, I didn't pick because I don't have an answer for that kind of request you get. So I think on a Thursday, in the night, Precious came in the evening, like towards night time. Precious came to me and said that his father drove him out of the house. So Precious told me that his parents drove him out of the house. Abi his father drove him out of the house. That his father asked him to give him his salary. He now said that the father said if he doesn't give him the salary, that him and his cousin should use the money and go and get a house and stay. That he doesn't want them to stay in the house again. It wasn't just making sense. Everything was just it was just sounding so unreal. And I said, okay, so where will you stay? He said he has a friend that stays at Nongoku, that he will go and stay with his friend. He now said that and that he has complained to his pastor, that his pastor asked um him and that his cousin to come to the his place of work, and that he will call his parents. So when him and his cousin went to see his pastor invited his stepfather and his mom, but they didn't show up. Since he's no longer working for me, or he was still working, he was still coming to the shop, even though I was still paying him daily. But obviously, he's no longer a staff in my place because I have already employed somebody. So his pastor has a friend who helped him get a job with a POS place. So I told Precious, this is POS. You have to be careful considering his money. I'm sure he will do well with the POS person that he's working with. He now said, okay, that the person said he should come on Friday. That's this Friday that just passed. He now said that Friday he will come and open the shop for the new girl. Then from there he will go to work. So that Friday, in the evening, he called me and said that there is a problem, that he would want to see me. And I said, okay, that you should come to the shop. He knows when I usually leave the shop, that you should come. So when he now came, he still said the same thing, that he doesn't have a place to stay since his father and his mom drove him out of the house. And that his friend that he was staying with usually brings girls to the house. Obviously, it's a one room. So when he brings visitors, you have to step outside. So for 3 days that he had been sleeping outside because that his friend brings girls to the house, like has female visitors. So that's somebody's house. You have to give them privacy. So he said he slept outside 3 days. I'm like, why would somebody's father, even if a stepfather can do that, you the biological mom, what are you doing? You the biological mother of the child. Don't you have motherly love? I don't what my gender sometimes I don't even understand. I don't understand my gender. You, the mother of the child, you sat down. Okay, fine. Your husband drove your own biological child and your niece out of the house, and you did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Did they tie your hand? Did they tie your leg? And I said, okay, go and meet your pastor this night, because he said he was going to church because it was midweek service. Go and meet your pastor. Let me know what your pastor says. So he said, okay, he went to meet his pastor. As we're in the shop, his cousin came. So since all this thing started, I've not spoken to anybody. I've not even spoken to his cousin. And I saw his cousin. I called his cousin, come, carry chair, gave to the girl. What is going on? What's going on in your house? It turns out that everything that Precious said was actually true. And he actually sugar-coated most of it self to make his mom not look so bad. He sugar-coated it so that his mom wouldn't appear to be so terrible. So the girl said everything that he said is true, that the man just drove them out of the house. That the man said that he doesn't want them to work, that he wants them to sit in the house and take care of his own children. In fact, it's just a sad story. It's just a sad story. The girl said started crying in the shop, which brings me to my question. The mother of the boy, Mbo the precious mother, what kind of a heartless a mother is she? Some people don't even deserve to be called mothers at all. So because you have children, 4 children with this your husband now, your first child becomes a a stumbling. I don't even know what to call him. So you discard your own first. She's lucky that that boy is responsible, because I know boys of his age, but that turns out they just at his age they decide to be wayward at that young age. That's when they catch them young. But this boy has his head down. He wants to work. He wants to go to school. He has a bright future ahead of him. He doesn't steal. He's an honest boy. But you see a child that God has given you like that, you take the boy for granted. Imagine if that boy, the father that asked me that I should house the son, his biological father, asked, even the girl herself said, please, that she would even want to come and stay. And I said, that was when she now told me that the man is a policeman, that their stepfather. And I said, even if I was considering it, even if I was considering harboring you people in my house, I have enough room in this house to harbor you people. Even if there's no room, somebody can sleep in the parlor if I have plenty people in my house. My parlor is big enough. But your father is a policeman. Ndị policeman isi na na-adị mma mmadụ bịa bịa nwụnara m, carry me put for jail, bee m boo m ezigbo allegation n'ishi. If you don't understand what I mean, I think I'll put subtitle. Somebody go just carry me, carry accusation, put on top my head because I'm trying to help somebody. You know, these policemen people, I don't know whether their own is ceremonial touching. Ishi hand na touch, I touch ceremonially, occasionally. I felt so bad for these children. I felt bad. How much can they? I felt bad that the father said that they're eating his food, drinking his water, sleeping under his roof, sleeping on the bed that he bought. The girl said she even slept on the corridor in their own house. The woman is inside the house sleeping. Your niece slept in the corridor. Your own son, you don't know where your son has slept for the past 5 days. Mbo mad. Somebody that calls herself somebody's mother. See, this thing I'm saying is actually, it sounds to me, self, it even sounds so, it sounds like something that cannot even happen, but this is actually true. Somebody that works in the police and you're being heartless like that to your own stepson, then how much more a total stranger? How much more a total stranger? That means you will useless that person like an animal. Somebody that is your stepson, you treat him like that. You don't even have that kind of pity on the children. You drove them out of the house, said they are sleeping in your house, eating your food, and the boy even said they don't even eat. If I continue, this video go long. I think I'm just going to stop here because I'd want to know in the comment section now. If you were in my shoes, what will you do? Because me, even when I spoke with my husband obviously said that he will support me no matter the decision that I take. But still, this is a child that his both parents are alive, and his stepfather is also alive, who is also in the police. Imano police in the psychosis. I would have gladly housed those children happily, but not when that policeman is there. Mama Mado Bia boom allegation. I even spoke with somebody about it. They said the same thing. Because if such a thing, the man can even, and then pressure, that was a night, pressure told me that one day that he slept in my shop. I told him, don't sleep in the shop again. Don't sleep in the shop again because your father can even say, oh, that I'm even housing you in my shop. The way shop will make target. All I can do for the boy is probably give him some money to, because this thing I'm talking to, it was yesterday that I came to the shop to see me. Today is Saturday, yesterday was Friday. I'd probably just give them money to rent a house and stay, a small self-contained and staying. But my point now is, how heartless can a human be? How heartless can a mother be? You call yourself a mother, but see how you treat your own biological for 9 months. Ibru 9 months. Let me know in the comment section what you would have done in such a situation. Because men, I felt, I feel bad, not I felt. I feel bad for the boy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Because them mad at the heartless. Because if you're watching this video and you have that kind of wickedness, nurturing, as in you're nurturing such harboring such wickedness inside your soul, I hate you. In fact, you should even start up unsubscribe from my channel because light and darkness have nothing in common. Thank you.